Young and the Restless weekly spoilers. Lily fights dirty. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. This week, on YNR, Lily Winters is blindsided when Billy Abbott tells her he is flying solo at Abbott Chancellor and fires her. Indeed, she is livid and can't believe he's turning on her. Later, she gets advice from Nikki Newman. Then, she offers Nikki valuable inside info. No doubt, this will help Nikki and her husband, Victor Newman, swoop in and take the company. That way, she gets back at Billy on Young and the Restless. Plus, she secures herself a spot in the company when Victor and Nikki take over. They both want her on board and want Billy out. And soon, Lily takes steps to make that happen. YNR weekly spoilers. Chelsea Lawson confesses. While Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, gives Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, dirt on Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson. He faces more challenges. His girlfriend, Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, tells him she needs a break. She needs to focus on her son, Connor Newman, Judah Mackey. While that is true, the main reason she's distancing herself from him is her guilt over sleeping with Adam Newman, Mark Grossman. They both try to stick to their stories this week. However, Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, knows Adam is lying to her on Young and the Restless. She pushes him to tell her the truth and asks him flat out if he slept with Chelsea in Baltimore. Spoilers suggest he sticks to the lie. But, meanwhile, Chelsea fesses up. Then, Billy makes a difficult decision. So, it appears that Chelsea comes clean to Billy and he breaks up with her. And if Chelsea admits the truth, Sally will find out, and Adam will likely lose her again. This time, for good. Young and the Restless next week spoilers. Newmans vs. Abbotts. Meanwhile, on YNR, the Newman/Abbott war intensifies. Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, is still determined to take over Abbott Chancellor. He wants Nikki to run it and preserve Catherine Chancellor's, Jean Cooper, legacy. And this week, he gets info that could help him snatch the company away from Billy and his mom, Jill Abbott, Jess Walton. He learns about Jill's illness and plans to exploit it. It looks like it works because he corners Billy soon on Young and the Restless. Furthermore, Victor wants to destroy Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, and his cosmetics company, Jabot Cosmetics. Meanwhile, Jack plans to ruin Victor's partnership with Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer. He and his wife, Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, are ready to fight Victor with all they've got. Also, Diane attempts to mend her relationship with Kyle. Meanwhile, Summer Newman, Allison Lanier, slaps Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, with an ultimatum. Then, Audra makes peace with Kyle. Elsewhere, on Young and the Restless, Cameron Kirsten, Lyndon Ashby, continues to haunt Sharon Newman, Sharon Case. YNR is intense and full of surprises this week. Don't miss a minute to see Lily Winters retaliate hard against Billy on the CBS daytime drama, Young and the Restless weekly spoilers. Lily fights dirty. It began with silence, the kind that builds like a storm. Genoa City, restless as ever, was bracing for another shift in power, and this time, Lily Winters was at the eye of the brewing chaos. She had always been the calm, the voice of reason, the poised businesswoman who could hold her own in boardrooms filled with ego. But calm can curdle into cunning, and reason can be sharpened into strategy. This week, Lily made it clear she was done playing fair. The tension at Chancellor Winters had been mounting for weeks. Underneath the polished surface of business meetings and family brunches, alliances had begun to fray. Billy Abbott's erratic behavior, combined with Devon's quiet judgments, had left Lily feeling cornered. They had questioned her leadership, undermined her decisions, and whispered doubts she could almost hear echoing through the glass walls of the office. And now, with Mamie Johnson making power plays of her own, Lily decided she was through with diplomacy. The first move came quietly. No fanfare, no warning. Lily had the legal team comb through every clause in the company's bylaws. She had once trusted Devon to act in the company's best interest, but now she anticipated every counter he might launch against her. Weeks ago, she would have spoken with him. Now, she simply acted. The document revisions she pushed forward changed the distribution of power subtly but effectively. By the time Devon realized what had happened, Lily had already insulated herself from majority override. Simultaneously, she turned her attention to Billy. His recent shift toward Chelsea and his detachment from their shared business goals had not gone unnoticed. Lily no longer saw Billy as a partner, she saw him as a liability. And liabilities had to be neutralized. She orchestrated a campaign within the executive tier, reassigning key projects and reallocating power among rising stars within Chancellor Winters. Billy, once positioned front and center, was now being edged out of relevance. Department heads were told of restructuring, and internal memos painted the changes as efficiency-driven. But the undercurrent was unmistakable, Billy was being phased out. It was corporate chess, and Lily was several moves ahead. At the same time, Lily started working her influence outside the company. She leaned on old connections, rekindling ties she'd left dormant during her more idealistic days. She knew the press had a short memory but a big appetite. Leaks began to surface, soft, strategic stories about her vision, her decisive leadership, and whispers of internal dysfunction tied directly to Billy's name. Nothing definitive. Just enough to plant seeds. The public shift in perception was slow, but steady. Investors noticed. So did the board. And behind closed doors, Mamie was watching with more interest than concern. She saw Lily evolving, growing sharper. That could work to Mamie's advantage, or it could become a threat. Elsewhere in Genoa City, the ripples of Lily's transformation spread. Devon tried to regain footing, rallying allies of his own. He met with Nate Hastings, hoping to find common ground. But Nate, always pragmatic, saw which way the wind was blowing. While he listened, he offered nothing concrete. He was biding his time, weighing where to place his loyalty. Abby, caught between family and business, sensed the strain. She watched as Devon withdrew further into strategy and away from emotion. At one time, that would have worried her. Now, she simply took note. Meanwhile, Jill Abbott, never one to stay in the shadows, demanded answers. She wanted to know why her company was changing, why her son's role was shrinking. But Lily didn't flinch. She delivered polished reports and confident reassurances. And when pressed, she delivered an uncomfortable truth: Chancellor Winters needed a firm hand, and Billy had lost focus. Jill, torn between her son and the company, didn't respond immediately. That silence was all the confirmation Lily needed. She was winning. Still, not everything went smoothly. Amanda Sinclair returned to Genoa City unexpectedly, bringing with her questions and unresolved emotions. Her connection to Devon complicated Lily's plans. Amanda was sharp, principled, and loyal to those she trusted. Lily considered her a wild card, and wild cards were dangerous. Amanda, sensing the shift in the company's tone, began asking questions. She pushed Devon to consider whether Lily's moves were strategic genius or ruthless ambition. Devon, already uneasy, found his doubts magnified. He began taking meetings Lily wasn't aware of, floating scenarios she hadn't accounted for. The calm before the storm was gone. This was the storm. But Lily didn't back down. She doubled her efforts, leveraging a confidential audit to quietly pressure anyone considering rebellion. A few questionable expenditures tied to Billy's past decisions surfaced at just the right moment. No scandal, just enough for concern. Enough for board members to keep their distance from him, enough to isolate him further. In private, Lily wrestled with the cost of her transformation. Her reflection no longer showed the wide-eyed optimist who once believed integrity alone could steer a company. Now, she saw steel in her own eyes. The kind that had watched every betrayal, every sidelong glance, every condescending pat on the back, and remembered. This wasn't about ego.